Oh, won't you let me down, let me down, let me down easy if you're gonna let me down. Let me down, let me down, let me down easy if you're gonna let me down. Don't you go and tell me that you love me while you're leaving, if you're gonna leave me now. You let me down, let me down, let me down easy if you're gonna let me down. Hello, so today I'm going to be teaching Let Me Down Easy from the show Daisy Jones and the Six. I'm going to be doing a mixture of some of the riffs and the lead parts in this song, and then showing you how to play an acoustic version of it as well with the chords. It's mainly bass led, and then electric guitar riffs, but it does sound good played acoustically as well. So it starts with a riff, and it's all over a D minor chord, and then it changes to C sus, G, and then D minor underneath it. I'll show you the rhythm to that in a minute, but to begin with, we bar fret 5 for the riff on the G and the B strings, and then we put finger 2 on fret 6 of the B and fret 7 of the G, and then lift those two fingers off, so you're just playing the barred finger, and then put them back on. Or you can pull them off actually like this, which might sound a bit more like the track at the start. Maybe you can give it a bit of vibrato as well. And then we go down to sort of a D7 shape. So finger 1 on fret 1 of the B string, finger 2 on fret 2 of the G, and then you put finger 3 on the B string also, but on fret 3, and then you pull off these two fingers, the second and the third like this, but leave finger 1 on. Then put them back on. So together, do that 3 times. And then you play that shape one more time, and then lift the fingers off and play that quickly. So, and then you don't put finger 2 back on, you just literally put finger 3 back on and play the open note there. And then add finger 2 back, twice. So all together. Underneath that is this chord progression. So we start with a D minor, and I kind of worked out that an up and a down strum, but the down being on the 1 and then a stop sounds good over this track. So that is like this. So the down is on the 1, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. So over the riff, that'll be. That's the first time. That's the second time through the riff. And then we quickly change to the C sus here, which is basically the fourth and third finger on fret 3 of the highest 2 strings, and then finger 2 goes on fret 3 of the A string, and with that same finger I mute the D, so it sounds like this, and it goes up to the G. And it's exactly the same. You keep these fingers in the same place, but you just move this one up to the G and mute the string below it, the A string. So, and then back to the D minor for 4 times. And then we're into the verse. Now the verse starts in D minor, and this is a verse that Daisy, the character Daisy, is singing on. So we change quicker this time, so it's twice on the D minor, and then change to the C sus. Do that twice, and then go up to the G for 4, then C for 2, C for 1, back to G for 1, and then D minor. Or in fact, it's not a D minor, it's just a nondescript D. So I'm muting the bottom string with my pinky, and can't really tell if it's a major or minor. So all that together sounds like this. You found me lost in a daydream feeling, I've been away too long. My eyes are open while my heart heart keeps sinking deeper till the days are gone. So that's your nondescript D with the muted bottom string. And then it's a pre-chorus, which is an A minor twice, and then a D major. Now you could strum this twice, but the band, the lead guitarist does a little lick, which is it's a hammer-on from on the D string from fret 2 to 4, and then he plays the top half of the D chord, so the G and the B, like this. So I'd do a down strum on the hammer-on, and then an up strum to play the top half of that D. So, and that goes over this little bit here. Doesn't mean I couldn't believe it. Okay, and then we do that again, but without the hammer-on. Doesn't mean I won't believe it still. But don't put your second finger on fret 2 this time, it's a D sus 2. We then change back to the D minor, so a D major to a minor change, it's interesting. And then A minor, and then G. So that whole bit. Doesn't mean I couldn't believe it. Doesn't mean I won't believe it still. Every lie is true every time, baby, that's a thrill. 4 times on the G. Then we're into the chorus. So the chorus has a mixture of different chords, but you're always going back to the F. I play F in a bit of a funny way. You bar the F normally like this. But I play it with a hooked over thumb like this. So if you see me doing that, I'm playing an F. And then G. So that same version of G that we did before. And then it's a D minor 7 first time, which is barring fret 1 on the top 2 strings, and then on the G you play fret 2 with finger 2 and play from the D string. So it's won't you let me down, let me down, let me down easy if you wanna let me down. And then it does this nice little walk down, which is 3, 1, 0 on the high E string, and then you do the same thing on the string above it, the B. So that's okay. And then next time we do a slightly different chord. Rather than going to the D minor 7, we go to the A minor, and then back to the G. But what you can do when you go back to the G this time is play the note and still walk down if you can, fingers can stretch that far. So it's won't you let me down, let me down, let me down, easy if you won't let me down. Okay, and then the next section of this chorus is don't you go and tell me that you love me while you're leaving. And then instead of going to the A minor, we go to E minor 7, which is just one finger on fret 2 of the A string. If you're gonna leave me now. Back to the F, and then stay on the F again. If you're gonna let me down, G, A minor, gonna let me down, back to the G, and then that walk down. Okay, and then we're back into the intro again, which is D minor. Now when we go back to this riff, rather than pulling the notes off, it's the same thing that he plays, but he actually plays each note rather than doing a pull off. So then he goes back to that stabbed bar, and then same thing down here, but he plays one extra this time. So that's she does that twice, and then we're back into a verse that Billy sings. Which is it's quite interesting actually, because they've changed the chords to be a bit more dark when Billy comes in. I think that's kind of his character in the show. He's a bit of a darker kind of character. So it's same initially, which is the D minor to the C sus, and then instead of a G, he goes to a G minor, and then you go to the C, and then the usual G, and then instead of going back to that nondescript D like we did last time, it's a D minor this time. I could see us waving in the distance, like a mirage on the sand. That could be us trading secrets no one else could understand. Okay, and then we're into the pre-chorus again, which is the same, but they don't do the hammer on this time. So it's A minor to D major twice, and then to D minor. So it's I got you on my skin now. Why do you make it so hard? And then D minor minor. Don't leave me broken and free, tell me where you are. Then the same chorus again. So the F, G, D minor, into the walk down, F, G, then A minor, then back to the G walk down, F, G, E minor 7, F, and then F, G, A minor again, back to the G walk down. Now this time, stops there, and we're going to a D major for the solo. And the reason it stops there is because he then slides down, so he goes and starts the solo, which I'll show you now. So that's how it sounds fast. I'll play a little bit slower for you. Okay, so under that solo, we're just playing the D chord the whole time, a D major. And then when we come out of the solo, it changes key for the next chorus. So we go to a G. Oh, won't you let me down, A sus, which is the 2 middle strings on fret 2. Let me down easy. And then E minor. If you wanna let me down. And I do this walk down, which is 2, 0 on the high E string, and then on the B, 3, 2, 0. So, won't you let me down, easy if you gonna let me down. Which is what the band are doing. And then G again. Let me down, easy. B minor 7. If you gonna let me down. Back to the A. And then same again, G. Don't you go and tell me that you love me while you're leaving. F sharp minor 7. She's barred on the 2nd and 1 finger, so I use my 3rd finger on the 4th of the A string. You're gonna leave me now. Back to the G, and then G again. Let me down, A sus, down easy. B minor 7. You're gonna let me down. Okay, so that chorus all the way through with the new chords is G, A sus, E minor to the walk down, G, A sus, B minor 7, back to the A, G, A, F sharp minor 7, G, and then we're back to G, A sus, B minor 7, A. Sus again. And then we're on the outro. Okay, so the chords for the outro, it's mainly D minor the whole way through. While there's a bit of a lead part that I'll show you in a second. And then you play a slow C, G, and end on a big D minor. So the lead bit at the end here is mostly on the high E string with a little bit on the B, and it sounds like this. Okay, so how we play that is fret 5 of the high E string, and then you play it once quickly and play it again and quickly hammer on to fret 8. And the same thing, but only hammer on to fret 7 this time. Then move it down 2, so 3 to 5. Down 2 again, 1 to 3. Then on the B string, we go fret 3 to fret 6. Then 3 to 5. And then while that note's hanging, you bend it up. And then 1, 3. So. and then he does that one more time from the bend over the last chords, and you end on the big D minor. So that's the whole song. I hope you've enjoyed that lesson. If you have, like it, follow me, leave me a comment, and yeah, if you've got any more requests for Daisy and the Six songs, let me know and I will teach them to you.